Hey guys, it's Sadia, and I am here today to talk to you about memoir writing, what that is, what it does for you, and what it does for your pockets as well. So, one huge thing you can imagine is that memoir writing is just going to take your past and your story and put it on paper. And it doesn't have to be the whole story. It can just be a little piece of the story. It can be an experience. Memoirs are not generally too long. Can be just a novella, like a shorter story. Or you can make it even into a longer story. Memoirs can have more than one book, so it can be a series. So the reason why it's so important to tell our stories is there's a couple of reasons. So first of all, obviously sharing our story, it takes us out of our comfort zone and it makes us a little vulnerable. It makes us a little relatable. And those are two very strong and powerful traits. For one thing, the feedback that you'll receive, it's really going to help you sort of get past that story and move into the next chapter of your story. It's going to open up the doors for conversation with a lot of people who have had similar experiences and have related to your story and have loved your story. And as well as that, writing a memoir, writing a book, publishing a book, let's talk about the income possibilities associated with that. Now, when I wrote my first memoir, it was published at nearly the exact same time that I decided that I was going to be an entrepreneur full time. It was a horribly scary time of my life. I felt like I was having a heart attack all the time. I really didn't have any idea what I was doing or how I was doing it or how money was going to come or anything. I was just so green, like so confused, so much to learn, so much to do. And I had to fall back on my own belief systems about myself. I had to take a step back. I had to fall back on that and look at that really closely and be like, oh my gosh, all of this self doubt, all of this question inside of me, where is this coming from? And why can't I get it out of my head? And so those came down onto paper. I already had some things written, so that's also possible. You may already have some things written over the years or something that you thought that maybe you would put it together. It's probably not a brand new idea or concept to you. So I added some new things and I put things together to really just open my heart and pour my heart out and just get it out there. And so when my story went out there, all those things did happen. It was vulnerability, it was relatability. I had a lot of conversations with a lot of people, amazing people out there sharing their stories with me and their experiences, which coincided with the book. And I think that when we do things like that, it shows that we're not perfect, like, because none of us are perfect. And, it doesn't matter how much money you make or how successful you are, there's always crap. Like, there's always crap. So, it's good to just get back to like the humanness of things and yeah, just be human. Just be human. The other part of putting a book out there, now this can pertain to any book, but I did want to touch on the specifics about memoirs because memoirs really are it's a special journey when you publish a memoir. I've published one memoir called Saving Sadia, And I will put the link in the description here so you can check it out if you want to. That was my first memoir, and I'm going to write more because my story is far from finished. And then I published 2 fiction books. So I'll also put those in there. One is called When the Birds Crow, Judea, and the other one's called When the Birds Crow, Nava. So these are fiction stories as well. So I can tell you that the experience of writing a memoir and writing a fiction is very different. Both are great, but the experiences are different. And I do invite you to take a look at both of those experiences if you are considering writing and publishing, because there's something for everybody. And I think that you'll find that even if you don't publish a memoir, even if you just write one and then decide maybe you're just going to put it away and not necessarily publish it right away, I think you'll find that it's very freeing. And fiction, writing a fiction is also very freeing, but in a different way. So I invite you to try both of those things. So let's talk royalties, right? You guys that are watching this, you're probably watching this because I talk a lot about making money online. Yes, I talked a lot about passive and semi-passive income streams. Okay, so writing a book is not quite a passive income stream, right? There's a lot of upfront work to writing a book, to editing a book, to writing and editing and writing and editing and writing and editing and reading it 1,000 times until you're sick of it, right? Sharing it with people, like giving their opinions before you publish. There's a lot when it comes to initially creating a manuscript that you're going to put forward to publishing. So there's a lot. However, the income does come. So once it is out there, published, whether it be for print or digital or both, I hope that you do both, then you start making money off of it. And the beauty of it is that it's long term. So maybe you're not going to be, a thousandaire or anything from writing a book and publishing it right away, your first month or whatever. But over time, those royalties really add up. And it's not something that you're working for, it's already out there, it's already published. You'll probably do some, maybe some talks at places, maybe some advertising. And the beauty of also, if you're like a coach or somebody with real expertise in a certain field, you can tap into that. You can write about it. And then when people, read that book, they're going to be like, wow, I got to check out this person's YouTube channel or their TikTok or their whatever. And then, that's ultimately going to continue that conversation with them and lead them down a place where those, possibility for more sales or whatever, coaching, your services, whatever it is. The fact that you can do self-publishing, huge, because that is you can go through programs that you don't need to put in any money. They just print on demand for you, and that is big. And also make it available, like I said, digital or paperback or hardcover, whatever you want to do. Long-term revenues. So this is a long-term game, not something that's, fast and over. It's forever. And then the most exciting part of it is popularity. So say it becomes just crazy popular, people are going to be wanting, to talk to you about TV shows, movies, those kinds of things, licensing stuff. Just all kinds of different things there that you may never even think of, oh, little me, wrote this. Yeah, your story is powerful. I bet that like probably all the tearjerker movies that you watched were about somebody's powerful story, right? So just remember that, you know. I think we have just like so much like negative self-talk and so much self-doubt that it keeps us from writing and it keeps us from publishing because we're just afraid. Like, what are people going to think? That's like the number one thing. What are people going to think of me? You know, I had that fear too. I still have that fear. Doing this video, I have that fear. But don't let that fear stop you, because those are old experiences, you know, weighing on you. Let that stuff go and propel you. Like, let it encourage you. Don't let it discourage you. So that's my little my little tidbit, checking my notes, making sure there isn't anything else. I think that's it. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, if you want to check out my books, I'm going to put the links in the description. As well as if you are interested in writing a memoir, I do have a course that you can check out. I'll put the freebie intro to the course in the description, as well as where to get the paid for course if that's something that you're interested in. So please, as always, like, follow, subscribe, share, comment, all those things so I can get these messages out to the masses and help more people. Thanks, guys. I hope you have a good night. Bye.